Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today we are talking about my winter favorites, like seasonal favorites. So for this one the winter months are December, January and February. So I just figured out that it would be fun to do this over like the months, just so I can see if any one of these favorites now get into my top books of 2020, like any of the lists, because I do have like two lists. I have romance and like other genres. This will be just a combined one. So let's just start. I don't have any particular likings of these. Like, I won't rank them. These are just the favorites that I have figured out. So let's just talk a little bit about them. The first I want to talk about is this. I think is the only one from December, and that is Attack on Titan Volume 6. So if you don't know me, Attack on Titan has been my obsession lately. So Attack on Titan is about humanity, like way in the future, and basically humans have built these three walls to keep big, like humanoid creatures outside, because they are called Titans and they eat humans. But basically, at the beginning, one large Titan breaks through the wall and chaos ensues. So yeah, Volume 6, I really loved this. It was really, really good, and I definitely can't wait to continue on with this series and see this manga and see how everything kind of wraps up. So the next I want to talk about is Throne of Glass. So I did a spoiler vlog for that. If you want to see all my thoughts, it's a spoiler vlog, so just be careful if you haven't read it, because I will talk spoilers in there. But yeah, Throne of Glass is about Selena, and basically she was betrayed and is now in a kind of, I won't call it like prison, but prison, where she will work until she dies. And basically at the beginning, the prince comes and says that if you will be my champion in this tournament, then you will like be the work for the king and then be set free later on. So she chooses that, and it's basically about that journey. So I really loved this book, and it's definitely one of my new favorite things. I really do love Sarah J. Maas. And you know, they are not like the best books I have ever read, but I really do love these books. Then we have Culty. And Culty is about Sal. And she used to be this big fan of this German football player. No, soccer player. And basically, he's called Rainer Culty. And then Rainer Culty is supposed to be this, like on the league that she's on, he's supposed to be their trainer. But what comes is basically not the football player she remembers and loved. So I love this. It's really, really slow burn. You have to like romance, and you have to like a really slow burn that you almost die before something happens. And then we have Truly Devious. And you know, I don't have much like YA on this list. I only have 3 books. But Truly Devious was really good. It's basically about this academy. This is called Ellingham Academy, and basically what happened was that when this one first got open, there was the owner basically got the wife and the child of the owner basically got kidnapped, and the only clue that they had was a note from Truly Devious. And basically this is for like students that have certain interests. So basically years later, Stevie Bell comes in, and she is a kind of true crime freak, and basically what happens is that she gets in because of that, and she wants to solve this murder. So things happen. It's really good. I think I read it in a day, and it's 400 pages, and it's not often that I read a book in a day that I never have read before. The next book I read was, or not, the next favorite is Defy Me, and this is the 5th book in the Shatter Me series. And in this one we are following Juliet, and basically her touch can kill. So she is basically put in kind of this asylum prison, so she is far away from everyone. And then the re-establishment comes and said that they want to give her freedom if she basically helps them with the work that they are in. So Juliet agrees, but she kind of has other plans. So I love this Shatter Me series as a whole. I can't wait to read the last book. I will read that as soon as I have read the novella. So let's see when that will be. The next book I want to talk about is Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And basically this book is about Chloe Brown, and after a near-death experience, she makes a list so basically she can get a life. And her and kind of the, I don't know what he is again. He, if something is broken, he fixes it. And basically they are not on the best terms because of something that has happened, but basically he decides that he wants to help Chloe get a life and kind of get through the list. So this was so good. I loved it. And Chloe has fibromyalgia, and disability rap is definitely something I will focus on this year, but also next year I want to really have a list of books with disability rap that I want to read, because I have 2 on this list with some sort of disability, rather if it's mentally or physically. So I want to read more books with a disability rap in it, because I feel like it's really important that we get books with good disability rap and normalizes having a disability. The next book is Maybe in Another Life, and this is a really cool concept. Basically we are following this girl. I never remember her name. It's Hannah. I think it's Hannah, if I'm not wrong, just because I think I said last time that she has my name, so I should remember it. So I think it's Hannah. But basically she moves back to LA after years of being away, and basically the first day, she's living currently with her best friend and the best friend's husband. So basically what happens, they kind of go to a party, and at the end of the night she has 2 decisions. She can go home with her best friend, or she can stay with her and rekindle her kind of relationship with, or see where that leads with her ex, Ethan. And basically what you get is two timelines. One where she goes home with the best friend, and one where she stays with Ethan. So you get two different types, and the thing is that you kind of get things happens in one timeline and you are just like, whoa, how will that be in the other timeline? Because things happen, you know? And yeah, it's really cool, and basically it's about her trying to find happiness in both of them. The next book I want to talk about is Rhapsodic. This is one of my new obsessions. And in this one we are following Kelly, and she's a siren, and she has all these beads up her arm. And basically those are bargains that she owns the bargainer. And if you have some sort of trouble, you call the bargainer to take away your problems. However, he always comes back for his payment. However, it's been 7 years and he is still not back. However, when she comes into her house, he's there, and now she must repay all, like, she has like over 200 bargains that she needs to pay back. So it's their thing. It's a fantasy romance, I can say that. So there you know where it will lead. The next book I want to talk about is The Gilded Ones. And this is one of my most anticipated reads. It was anticipated last year, but it got pushed back. So The Gilded Ones is about Decca. And she's 16 years old, and she prays that her blood will run red, so she can get kind of accepted into the place where she lives. However, Decca's blood runs gold, and that is the color of impurity. And now she faces things worse than death. But then in comes a woman, and she says that you have two choices. You can rather stay here and kind of die to, like, let them be bad at you, or you can come with me and fight in a war against the emperor's greatest kind of enemy. So Decca goes with this woman, and things are not as it seems, and not even Decca herself is as it seems. So it's so good. It's a really quick read. It's 400 pages, but I read it in maybe 4 hours. It was that good, and I was that interested in it. The last book I want to talk about is Love Me Whole. And this is another book with a disability. Basically, Oren, he has dissociative identity disorder, and that means that he has multiple identities, basically. So he lives with 5 different alters, and so he is not as he seems. If you spend 5 minutes with him, you will see that. And then we have Vaughn, and he kind of is in a rut with his work, so he decides to join a night class, and there he meets Oren, and they kind of, like, Vaughn really likes Oren. However, dating someone with DID is not that easy, especially when you have 5 different other people who kind of needs to accept you as well. So I must say, this is a book set over years, and I really loved this book. It kind of gives you a perspective on DID, even though I can't talk about the representation, but from what I know, it seems okay. But now I can't talk like, I can't say anything about that because I don't know a lot about it. Only what I have read, and yeah. But that was my seasonal favorites for the winter months. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I will see you next time. Bye!